Tom, tell us how you feel about the economy right now. I looked at the Dow. The Dow is up. Everybody's like, oh, the market's recovering. The market's recovering. The market's coming back up. And then you're seeing 32,000 something on the Dow. This is all a bunch of BS. Unemployment is down. Market's doing fine. Why are people so worried about what's going on with the economy? What do you see currently going on with the economy?
Well, given that we pump so much dollars into it, asset prices are inflated. And one of those assets is equities, right? Stocks and companies. And when you take a look at what's going on right now, you have a tale of two cities happening all over the stock market. It's not a barometer of what the average American and what America is facing economically. For example, Snapchat down 90% for the year. Oil and gas stocks up 35, 40% for what it was, depending on who you talk to. I don't think that's the full sector. I think the full sector is like 17 or 20 or something like that. But still, you've got sectors that are up. That Dow is not what is happening in America. The Dow is merely the stock market. And when you pump so many dollars into it, this is why so many asset classes like trading cards, artwork, gold, and a lot of things were up because the housing prices over the year, those are all assets. And so a stock, what America needs to think about, if you're listening, think of a stock as a house that's overpriced. And that makes the Dow be really high. Think of it as what you're hearing about on artwork and trading cards, which if you own them and you bought them 2 years ago, you're in a really good place. You may want to get out sooner than later, but that's what's there. The average American is facing the inflation that still hasn't changed. You go take pictures of the gas stations in California, and it's not a narrative story, so you're not going to see it in mainstream. But Californians are still suffering with energy costs and pricing at the pump. And you go straight to the back of the store and look at the price of eggs and a gallon of milk. The average American in that shopping basket and what they have to buy, electricity, gas, the inflation is still there and it's hard on them. And so when you see the stock market and all the celebration, just remember those little stocks are assets, just like housing and trading cards, and they're overpriced.
I want to show you a couple charts here that I got, okay? Let's start off with this one here. So check this out. This is from 2009 till today. Green represents all items. Orange represents food. Look how much prices have increased from 2020. Go from election right there. From 2020, look what's happened to food and all items. Skyrocketed all the way to the top. This is the worst we've had in many years. So who feels this? If you're going shopping, you go to the market, you're feeling it. Jennifer comes back and tells me, babe, prices are higher. I used to spend this much, now I'm spending this much. Go to the next one if you look at the economy today. Median weekly earnings, as weird as it sounds, it peaked at 2020 when the election was taking place. The moment Biden got elected, look what happened to median weekly earnings. Dropped. This is, again, these are sources that I'm reading from Bureau of Labor Statistics. This isn't CNN. This isn't MSNBC. This isn't Fox. This is purely coming from the source. So things are more expensive. Income is lower for full-time worker. Go to the next one. Consumer Sentiment Index. This shows how confident they are. Like the more it is in the blue, the better it is, which means if it's in the blue, if it's higher, that president's going to get reelected. They don't typically not get reelected. Unfortunately, the only one that didn't get reelected was the one that shows Trump, because according to history, typically if Consumer Sentiment Index is high, that president gets reelected. But watch what happened after 2022. Go to the next one. Here's what's happened since 2022, since 2020. It's the lowest it's been, even lower than 2008 when you look at that, which means if you're a betting man, do not bet on somebody on the left to win. If you're purely going to Las Vegas to bet, that red is the lowest it's been. And by the way, look at the source. This is University of Michigan. You're not talking about Liberty from Michigan. This is University of Michigan. This isn't Hillsdale College. This is University of Michigan, flat out telling you what's about to happen in the next election. And go to the last one. Consumer Price Index. This is last 40 years. Okay. Look what that looks like. Inflation. That is not an exciting thing to be looking at.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.